I think we're going to keep on target. I don't get why it says spear. I thought we were ramming it with the sheep. With the sheep. The ship. Yes, we ram it with the sheep. Yes! Juan ram Lusca with sheep. Achievement Monster Hunter. Defeat the Lusca. Well, thanks for spoiling it before I read the damn thing. It opens its maw and you ram straight into the creature's palate. There's a crunching noise, and at first you fear it's wood or the ship's protesting the impact. But no, it's the Lusca's skull. The ramming spar's tip comes out right through the Lusca's exposed eye. The creature, so full of motion only a moment ago, is eerily still, its dead weight dragging on your ship. "Cut loose the spar!" says Caesar, and the crew is quick to act. Despite how close they need to get to Lusca's row of teeth, the foredeck tilts toward the waterline as they work, then bobs back as the ramming spar comes free and the Lusca, its thick hide pierced with a dozen harpoons, floats off with it. Today you have won, and it's a win that will go down in legend. The day is not yet over. The air is still thick with gun smoke and battle. Sail towards the battling ship, head towards Blackguard, or sail for the Bonnie Lass. We're going to sail towards the battling ships. If the Crown and the Pirate King's ship had worked together against the creature, they might have stood a chance. Now both hulls are crunched in, and the ships are sinking slowly, still firing cannons at each other as the waves reach up to pull them under. Aid the Crown ship, aid the Pirate King's ship, wait and pull any survivors out of the water. I mean, it's... One thing is that... Okay, it's obviously El Sabio. But I could aid the Crown ship, which I'm not going to do, obviously. But whether or not I want to aid the Pirate King ship is a bit weird. Because, I mean, I don't want to overthrow him, but I want to be good in his favor, but I don't want to be his subordinate at the same time. I want to just be like, yo, I saved you that one time. Leave me alone. Let me do what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a better pirate than you, and I'm going to have a bigger fleet, but you're still the Pirate King, okay? I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm not looking to do that. And if you need any help, you let me know, because that's what I'm here for. I like to help. We're going to pull survivors out of the water. Hopefully they'll sink each other, and we'll get, like, a Crown dude and the pirate. We'll get, like... Oh, Jacqueline is probably on the Crown ship. So we'll get, like, Jacqueline and the Pirate King, and they'll be like, choose, and I'll be like, both go home. Take a time out. We're going to pull the survivors out of the water. Sailing into the middle of combat would endanger your own ship and crew, and it's clear that neither vessel can be saved. Instead, you put some of your crew in dinghies who will row to the edge of combat into the debris and extend hands to whoever happens to be in the water. Anyone not willing to keep their peace when hauled aboard is summarily thrown back into the water. You're willing to show mercy to those who can be saved, but only if they won't endanger your crew. That doesn't, however, stop them from arguing once they're aboard your ship. Despite cuffs from Caesar and glares from Tamima, who promises to steal their breath as easily as command the wind, you start to pick up parts of the story that chill your blood. "It won't matter," calls one Crown sailor. "Now that we know the name of your so-called king, you'll all hang." "Hold," you command, and you're surprised when they listen. The Crown knows the identity of the Pirate King. The Crown sailor smirks. "That ship that raised his colors belongs to that one called El Sabio. It was distinguished as a merchant right up until we engaged." A sailor from the Pirate King's ship protests in panic. "That doesn't mean anything." But it will to the Crown. How could El Sabio have been so foolish about registering one of his own vessels? If he isn't the Pirate King, the evidence will be damning enough to the Crown's eyes. And to look at the Crown sailors, they know it. The Pirate King's panicking sailor looks at you. "We have to get back to San Alfonso. The Crown had a second ship. It disengaged as soon as we raised our flag, which means the Crown is on its way." "Throw everyone in the brig until we can sort this out," you tell Caesar. Both Crown and Pirate King sailors protest, but you can't have them on deck and underfoot or at each other's throats. You have to get back to San Alfonso now if you're going to beat the Crown Navy's full force there. Given Jacquin's presence in the port, you're certain they know the location, and now that they have what they were looking for from their spies, the Crown is sure to come down on the island like a hurricane. Life in San Alfonso is about to change forever. Chapter 8. The Pirate King. You reach the harbor of San Alfonso before the news. It's only a matter of time before the crown ship arrives, and your crew knows it. Order my crew to stay aboard ship. Let the crew disembark, come what may. Send the ship around the north side of the island to wait. Have Caesar organize an evacuation effort. I'm not really sure. I mean, we're here. We gotta fight this ship. I mean, my fleet, with the Pirate King fleet, and like all the other fleets, like the pirate fleets, could probably take on the crown. But, I mean, at the same time, if they were to come onto land, we'd have the advantage because we have all of the natives and stuff, and plus we can use like all the cambiar and crap. I'm gonna let them disembark just because I don't want to get mutinied, actually. It's possible the crew won't spread the news of the crown's imminent arrival. It's unlikely, but it's possible. And if they do spread the news, start a widespread panic, well, San Alfonso has a reputation for handling its own. It'll all shake down all right, you imagine. What is it that you're hoping to accomplish before the crown arrives? Warn Carolina de Playa of the oncoming ships, warn El Sabio about the oncoming crown navy, capture El Sabio for the crown, challenge El Sabio for the title of Pirate King. We're going to warn El Sabio. Whether or not El Sabio is really the Pirate King, he's the one in the best position to keep the Crown Navy out of San Alfonso. No one on the island commands the same respect, and if anyone is going to be able to convince the pirates of San Alfonso to join together to fight the Crown, it's him. You haven't been to El Sabio's hacienda since the matter of Evan Lark, but things are much the same. There are workers in the sugar cane, their wages supplemented, now you suspect, with pirate gold. Behind the plantation house is a cliff overlooking Lucayan, and you wonder how much of its placement was designed to keep an eye out for oncoming attack, rather than just to give a pretty view. I charge straight in, I knock and wait to be admitted, I shoot my gun in the air and see who comes out to greet me. I knock to wait and wait. A servant, the butler, greets you at the front door. Hello, you say, in your best polite tone. I'm Captain Morgan of the Sea Queen. I need to speak to El Sabio urgently. I'm afraid El Sabio is unavailable. Urgently, you interrupt, flashing what you hope is a charming roguish grin. The servant sighs, but ushers you into the parlor. You stand, waiting and watching as the servant shuts the door, next to one of the statuettes that Tanima admired when you were last here. I'll give him to the count of 300, and then I'm going looking for him. I'll wait patiently. The crown still needs time to arrive. I check my pistol to make sure it's ready. Why would I check my pistol? What the hell? I'll wait patiently. Oh, my pirate went way the hell up. I'm just being a good guy. You don't have to wait long. The parlor doors open, and El Sabio flows in, as though the force of his personality opened the doors ahead of him. There is an aura about him, one you've noticed before, of not just power, but charisma. This is a man people want to follow. But even as you notice this, you see the tired bruises beneath his eyes, the silver sheen through his hair. He carries a cane, and you think he's leaning on it, a tool rather than an affectation. He pauses at the edge of the rush rug that covers the floor and gestures for you to sit. The crown is coming for you, you say without preamble. El Sabio smiles, but his wide face doesn't brighten, and his wrinkles seem no less tired. They will leave San Alfonso alone until they believe they know the identity of the Pirate King, says El Sabio, like that belief is a shield between him and the crown. That's what I mean, you say. They're coming for you. They think you're the Pirate King. The smile vanishes, but the look that follows is pure steel. They do now, do they? He strides closer to you. And would you have anything to do with that? One of your ships raised the flag of the Pirate King in a battle with the Lusca, you explain. The crown rubbed 2 guineas together and made a doubloon. It doesn't matter how they got the information. They think they have enough evidence to justify destroying San Alfonso, and they'll do it. His fingers tighten on the ball of the cane. Yes, they will. He looks up at you. Follow me. There is still hope. I trust him. This better not be a trap. I have my pistol. Yeah, trust him. Let's do it. El Sabio takes you through did my pirate go up? No, it didn't for that. My goodwill is at 90. My pirate is at 90. I'm like the most honorable and good-willed pirate ever. My greed would actually be lower if it wasn't for the fact that I was like, yeah, free ship, I'll take it. Which wasn't really the point. I mean, it was a haunted ship. It's a good ship. I mean, I'm a Cambiar person. I had Tanima with me. There was no worry there about whether or not I was going to have the ship properly. El Sabio takes you through what you would have thought to be the storage cellar of wines and spices, but behind a wine rack is another set of stairs, these steeper and older than the ones in the hacienda above. The walls are rough-hewn rock, damp the island's humidity and the proximity of the sea. You hear sounds of waves below you, and you suspect you're heading down inside the cliff abutting the hacienda. You're proven correct when you make the next turn. The stairs open to a cave large enough to house a galleon, and there, in all her glory, is Leon de Lucayan, the flagship of the Pirate King. She's a stately galleon, though not as regal as the Sea Queen, in your considered opinion, and she looks every ounce a pirate's pride. As you descend, you see the cave is larger still. There's the Galicia, a small cutter well known for being the Pirate King's favorite blockade runner. This, and one you already found on the north side of the island, aren't the only hidden pirate harbors the Pirate King knows, El Sabio tells you. You know about that, you ask? I know about a lot, El Sabio answers. He gestures ahead. On to the Leon, Morgan. He's nearly as impressive on deck as he is from afar. The Pirate King's crimson sails have long struck fear in the hearts of even admirals of the Crown Navy. You see the way the deep red of the sheets, even tightly furled, would draw the eye in the sunlight. After he boards, El Sabio walks across deck straight to the ship's compass, his cane over his shoulder like a club, and he seems to have momentarily left you for your own devices. I'll follow him. At the helm, you see El Sabio muttering under his breath in my purr. I don't know how to think. And the compass, a design you've never before seen, begins to glow. You've heard of artifacts that react to cambiar, but they're the stuff of legends. You didn't think you'd actually ever see one, to be honest, and you weren't sure they existed. The dome of the compass changes in the cardinal direction to what looks like a night sky, except that none of the constellations are familiar, and the stars are in different colors. A few are red, more are gold, and still more are a greenish blue. All three combined are outnumbered by the white stars. All of them move around great black spaces in the sky. As El Sabio chants, the red lights change direction, all heading towards one of the black spaces to the south. A line of gold sails in the same direction. When El Sabio's chanting stops, the movement continues. The Pirate King's fleet is on the move, he says, gesturing to the red lights. His fingers rest on the black space, and he scowls at the gold line. Whether or not they'll reach San Alfonso before the Crown Navy, I don't know. That explains why no one can ever find your fleet in one place, you say. El Sabio looks you over. I told you once I would watch your career with interest, he says. Well, I have, and I have been impressed with you. I intended to recruit you sooner rather than later, though this is even sooner than I had planned. He pulls the ball on his cane away from the base, and the blade of the sword within shimmers in the half-light of the cave. You have a sudden sense that the air is holding its breath, and you can almost hear the hum of cambiar. I am bound by blood to the Lucayan, he intones. Her waters flow within my veins. I am her protector, and her spirits speak with me. The crown sees her as water to be traversed, her islands as land to be conquered, and they do not know she is alive. I step closer, drawn to the building magic. I step back and make a sign of warding. I wait and watch. A breeze ruffles El Sabio's short gray hair, though you don't feel it until a moment later. You see the vibrations in the deck beneath his feet before you feel them yourself. He is in the center of the storm, and as the energy spreads, it reaches out to you, caressing you with tendrils of energy that leave your skin tingling. I am not the first pirate king, he says, though I have held the title longer than most, and longer than I have had any right to live. Despite the swirling magic, or perhaps because of it, you can see just how tired El Sabio is. I am no longer strong enough to wield her full power, he continues. You are not the heir I'd have chosen. There are others more familiar with magic, with the fleet, but we will need all the Lucayan can give us to keep San Alfonso free. Can give us to keep San Alfonso free the crown. I don't get that. Let me reread it. But we will need all the Lucayan can give us to keep San Alfonso free the crown. Free of the crown? Will you take out on this mantle and become the next pirate king? I accept responsibility. I'll join the fleet, but I don't want to be tied to that much magic. I don't want to be pirate king or in this fleet, but I'll be an ally today. I'll join the fleet, but I don't think this is the best strategy. I mean, he wants to make me the pirate king. I mean, there's some positives. Some positives, yeah. I mean, he said you live longer. That's great. Probably a lot more vitality for myself. So maybe I would have more access to cool cambiar and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't see a downside, really. I mean, I get to control a natural force and help keep the place going and not completely destroyed by the fucking asshole crown people. I knew the crown would end up being a bad guy no matter what. Become the pirate king. He makes a cut in his hand with his sword cane and the blood drips to the deck. Then allow your blood to join mine and you will become the vessel. Oh, the pirate king is just AIDS. You nod, taking your cutlass and slicing across your palm. Your blood drips to the deck, and all at once the air is full of music. The sounds of the coqui frog, the cry of the howler monkey, the shatter of the vervet monkeys, and the rocking of the waves against the beach, the melodies of reed flutes, the pounding drums. They are the sounds of the islands in the Lucayan, and they surround you. You feel the cave hold its breath and the ocean still. Then, swift as an exhale, power crashes into you. Tropical breeze stealing your breath as it fills your lungs, the drums of the islands pounding into your heartbeat, the skitter of hermit crabs crawling over your skin. You can feel it like an extra limb. The Lucayan stretches out beyond you, her islands living and breathing and becoming even in places where metal and stone dampen her energy. You know at once that those contain spots where the crown has paved the streets, has brought its coats and corsets and carriages. I know what we need to do, you say. I know it. Use the Galicia to lead the navy away. Get back to my ship to distract the navy. Have the Leon lead the pirates of San Alfonso in attack. Let's do this. It's time for decisive action, you say. We have to make the crown realize that the cost of taking San Alfonso is too great. The pirates of San Alfonso may be a raggedy lot, but they see the tides. If the pirate king's flagship were to lead a fleet out of the harbor of San Alfonso, they'd follow. All of us united against the crown forces would make the crown think twice about trying to take the island again. For a time, El Sabio says cautiously. I can only worry about one day at a time, you say. And if I can give the crown a black eye, so much the better. He starts to interject, but you smile. You need to be seen in San Alfonso, looking innocent and completely unpiratical. Unpiratical? Just in case. He grins in response. So I do. I'll go put on some respectable clothing. He takes your arm in his. Good luck, Captain Morgan. The Leon handles like a dream, responding to you as though she were fully crewed. It's a heady feeling? And one you would enjoy more if you didn't have all of San Alfonso to save. You sail the Leon back to port, the first time the Pirate King's flagship has been seen there in years.